Well, hello. It's time for Moomamo. It's the official program of the Mutants and Masterminds TTRPG, the only superhero TTRPG known to man. I don't know why. Don't blame me. I'm just the messenger. Today it's Pyramid Power. Ancient Egypt-inspired heroes and settings, which I'm a big fan of. I just love the milieu. I love it. It's super fun. And, of course, we're hanging with you. I got confirmation you can hear me. Lovely. King Snarf says, I think Troy needs to put the bangles on a continuous loop. Unfortunately, we don't have the license for that. They end up sending the authorities, and they're easy to find because all the cops, they're hanging down by the donut shop. Am I right or am I right? Hi, guys.
Hey.
Hello.
So good to see you,
So
my two talented tuts. It is Pyramid Power. I really do like this, and I'm looking at, Chad. If you're responsible, fess up.
Right?
I don't see who
brought us this topic.
I know. I didn't write it down. I didn't take notes.
Because it wasn't us.
Nope.
So yeah, let me know, friends, if was it Hugh? And if it was, you get a real life hero point, and you get to spend it in whatever way you want. I generally say like don't eat it or whatever, but you know what? This time around, eat it.
Right? Do what you
Chuck it wherever you like. Hey, listen, friends. Just as a little word of caution, should you hear me, I don't know, suddenly sound like a wheezing bagpipe of pain, it's because I'm in the midst of I'm passing a stone. It's one of the stones from Thanos's gauntlet, and it wants to destroy the world, starting with me.
It certainly seems like it's been an infinity stone so far.
Yes, yeah. It is definitely feeling like an infinity stone. Absolutely. But yeah, just to let you know, don't be alarmed. So if I do go quiet for just a minute, it's because I'm emitting some kind of a noise or pain or something. But all things considered, I'm feeling, not terribly bad. And so always a joy to hang out and talk about heroes. And today, no different. We've got we came with some copious notes and some thoughts and ideas and stuff. How do you want to kick it off?
I think let's start off with a quick note, just talking about the fact that we are talking about a real world culture, and its real world history and mythology. And although the media, including comic books, have been happy to ruthlessly exploit absolutely every bit of culture they can get their hands on, we should keep in mind that this is the real culture of a real people who really did exist, and treat it accordingly.
Yeah,
and existed long enough to have their own archaeologists for their own ancient history.
Yes, right. Their own archaeologists exploring their own history.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and I too I just want to just throw this little bit in here. I challenge people to kind of move beyond the Indiana Jones guy, coming into, I don't know what, relieve people of their treasures. Like there's a million ways to play this, and 5 of them are just, not very considerate. The rest are fun and fully like just there's a world to explore here, a timeline to traverse, all kinds of really good stuff that with a little cultural appreciation will only make it better, honestly.
Right. And along those lines, one trope I will mention right up front, that you should probably take a closer look at is anything that comes along the lines of the Egyptians couldn't possibly done that. It must have been aliens.
Yes. Yeah. Very, very true. Yeah. And that's a whole nother thing too. Just the mysteries of how it was created and built can be a really fun story to explore. While given props.
Indeed.
Oh, it is
Oh, it's
SC Tambourine.
SC
Good,
Tambourine. Awesome. You get your hero
nice.
point.
You, my friend, must have quite a collection of hero points, unless you use them right away, like I do. I used to, keep them, but then I was disabused of that notion after, hanging out with Alex for a little bit.
I will separate you from your hero points.
Yeah, you
That is
will
true.
indeed, with
You
joy and fun and mirth.
Yes.
you need that on a T-shirt, Alex.
That honestly, I was literally thinking the same thing. I will separate you from your airplane. I think it's great. It sounds vaguely threatening, but
Right?
but it
Yet intriguing.
that's right. That's
Yeah.
right.
I had another shirt line the other day when we were doing a recording. It was through good dice rolls, all things are possible.
Mm.
Hey, that's good. I like that. I like that.
Which same threatening energy I like to harvest.
Steve, I'm gonna bump your audio up just a smidge, but if
Okay.
you maybe on your end can do the same,
I will do so.
because you are not far from the top. SC Tamarind says,
All right.
I'm hoping to make Alex do the hokey pokey for 7 minutes with one of my hero points. Hey, if that's what you want to do, then
All
more
right.
power to you. It starts
Well,
with you.
I was going to do the hokey pokey, but then I got turned all around.
That's what it's all about.
I guess you're going to need another hero point, friend. Let's see. What are some other folks? Hey, Drama Dork. Good to see you. Barnard is here. Good to see you, my friend. Happy belated to you. Let's see. King Starf also mentioned Earth Prime characters with ties to Egypt: Scarab, the Beacon, White Rose, and White Thorn. Faster Pussycat, Miss Kitty, Overshadow Set, and that guy from Chrono
That
Crisis.
dude from Chrono Crisis. Yeah.
Amenemenet.
Amenem-
Amenemehet. The time
Amenem-
vizier.
Yeah.
Amenem- What? What is it again?
Amenemehet.
In a minute, I'm gonna need a. I like it. I'm glad you're back, Bernard. Anubis and Bastet are good heroes. Yeah,
Mhm.
agreed.
Indeed.
Let me know, King Surf, if you can hear, friends, if you can hear Steve better.
Yes.
Because
Hopefully more audible. We'll do our best.
Yeah, yep. Yeah, Drama Dork. I used to suffer that very same affliction with a big pile of hero points. I got so bad I would steal other people's hero points. Don't you know that, Bernard? I'd like to know how I get a Titan City Chronicles t-shirt like Alex is wearing. Where do we get that?
Right now, it's on my TeePublic store. But
Hey, nice. Well, then you should drop a link to that.
Yes, indeed.
let me go find one.
Won't you?
People who want one can get one.
You are welcome, Bernard. Let's see. Yeah, the Mummy. Mana. Is that somebody?
Phenomena.
Oh, Mana. I was like, King Mana. Sounds vaguely Hawaiian. Wasn't quite sure. Let's see. Okay, yes. Alex will drop that link, and we will get it to you. I was just signed out of my document. There we go. Okay, so let's talk about the realities of mythology. There's powerful, potent Egyptian mythology that is just so very well realized and researchable, and everything from the the deities to the language and the you can have a lot of fun with all of that stuff.
Yeah,
Let's talk about
absolutely.
that.
I think that needless to say, there's a wealth of resources on Egyptian mythology, history, culture out there. Find yourself some good reference books, and you will have no lack of material where that is concerned. The key thing for when you're looking at it from a Mutants and Masterminds lens is to start thinking about what the truth behind the mythology is, or what the way in which the mythology interacts with your setting. and a lot of this is going to be decided on what mythical deities are like in your setting, how magic works in your setting, what the cosmology of your setting is like. Um, so, are mythic deities like the Aeneid or the other Egyptian deities, are they physical super beings? Are they
Yeah.
arcane spirits from another dimension? Are they something else? Living stories? Any number of other possible things? Superpowered aliens? What have you? There are a lot of possibilities, and comics have done pretty much all of them at one
That's right.
point or
Yeah.
another,
Passive
Yeah.
aggressive warlock patrons like Conchu.
right?
Tempo mentions this that Futurama has a refreshing take on
Yes.
how aliens were inspired by the ancient Egyptians.
Mhm.
I
Egyptians
love that
instead.
idea
Yeah, it was the other
of
way around.
of tech that is advanced for us today, but
Hmm.
existed then, and ways to kind of play with that sort of. I mean, there's even some stories about just like they had batteries and they had, I mean, all kinds of interesting
Yeah,
things to kind of play with.
yeah, and you can decide that the ancient Egyptians had their own kind of super science.
Yeah,
As far as that goes, um, and it's about basically deciding the how to fit the elements of the mythology into your setting, and how they can inspire you, to come up with interesting stories and characters that spin off from
yeah.
that.
Nate brings up Stargate. Yeah, and I think that there's
Yep,
something very,
Mhm.
very interesting there. Some really great character stories are told for sure.
sure.
Uh, Jeremiah brings up one of his favorite Egyptian pastiches was
Yes,
the New Warriors, and that's that
Mhm.
where the world was
yes,
dominated by Egyptian culture. I love that idea. That kind
yeah,
of what if.
This is going to be a pretty obscure call out, but they reference that world in Lego Marvel Superheroes 2, and you get to unlock some of those characters and run around with them. And
wow.
I think there's a whole
Cool.
level
That's a
where
that's a really deep cut for a couple of issues of New Warriors from like 30 years ago.
So
yeah,
there must
the
have been a
Sphinx comes to life and chases you through Hydra, New York.
That's pretty
oh
awesome.
yeah, yeah, and I love the idea of looking at the hieroglyphics and sort of seeing what would the world look like had those beings been alive, or had they really lived, and having a bunch of snake-headed, or what is that, a hawk-headed, or
Right.
and I mean that's just, I love that.
Yeah.
Let's see here now with you know, I'm gonna let you sort that out on your own, friend.
Right.
Um, dress appropriately to the crowd, I suppose.
Yes. Just for the
You
job you want, not the job you have.
know, that's right. Ouch! Ow! I'm making myself laugh, and it
Oh
hurts.
no, it only hurts when he laughs.
It only hurts when I laugh. Sentinels Comics had a really cool take on Egyptian mythology.
Yes, they did. Sentinels comics, which is the Sentinels of the multiverse setting, which is linked to our Sentinels of Earth Prime expansion, has a whole setup where the nine gods of Egyptian mythology, the prime nine gods, the Aeneid, are basically all wielders of these different magical artifacts, and the artifacts are still around. So it's a sort of a Marvel Comics Thor situation of whoever has the artifact of this deity is that deity, effectively, or at least has all of their powers. And I believe these days in the Sentinel comics, they're all supervillains.
Ooh, I like that. I like that. So, let's see here. Make sure I'm not missing anything. I keep thinking of that the vengeful god, Mana Mana.
Hmm.
Mhm.
Scary, scary thoughts. Oh yeah, yeah. How about this? Yeah, I like this. King Sarf mentions. I don't know if this is an official term. Parts.
Yep, out of place artifacts.
Yeah, I like that a
Yeah,
lot.
that's the infamous, like, in this sedimentary layer that we know from carbon dating is thousands of years old. We found a modern battery.
Mhm.
you know, how do you
Yes,
get
yeah,
there?
I like that. Yeah, exactly. I
You
like that.
know, time travel, maybe. Who knows?
Yeah, maybe. I mean, whatever, I'm with you, friend. Violent Violet mentions, the concern of going topless on a windy day in Egypt, sunburns,
Mm,
sand,
Hmm.
wind
Get
blown, the whole
rough.
thing. Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
not a,
You're having
not
enough
a,
trouble with one piece of grit right now, Troy.
I know.
I know, right?
Ow!
Oh, see, don't make him laugh.
Oh, sorry. It's a
I
reflex. I
find
can't stop it.
I find if I laugh and my body is contorted into the shape of a Z, it feels much better.
Oh, there. So check out Desmond's character concept. That's a fun one.
Oh, I like this. Are we talking about the Forgotten, or are we talking about
Uh,
a
we're
little
talking about
farther?
a character with healing, resurrection, and reversible.
Oh, yeah,
Whoops.
That's a very Egyptian uh, necrophilic sort of concept.
yeah, it is. Yeah, that is the way. I like that a lot. Yeah, so one of the things I wanted to ask Chet to kind of ponder on is just for there's so much fun to be had with the treasure and the amulet or the scepter or the what
Hmm.
have you. And my question to Chad is, if you found in this genre, let's get creative, and you found an amulet and it has magical powers. uh what would it have? What would you have it do? How would it physically enhance you? And why would you do it that way? I want to see some creative contributions so that I may steal them, and give them out to the community at large, of course. Shout out to Marmoset from Time of the Apes.
Yes, indeed.
You can always rely on Christopher McLaughlin for a good pun name.
For a good ape-related pun.
Mhm.
I love it. Marmoset is great. Let me see here. Desmond, yeah, I won't be doing that again. So, gentlemen, do you ever, because this is such a I'll say well worn, well used, well utilized
Hmm.
setting and kind of genre unto its own. Um, do you ever find yourself a little hungry for something unique or a fresh take? Or, I mean, understanding, boy, we kind of came a little late to the Egyptian, genre party to invent
Mm.
new things. But I'm just kind of curious how you handle keeping it fresh when you're in a tomb.
Yeah. I think for me, it's always asking the root question: what is the lesson of this mythology? Like, what's the story they're trying to teach us, and how can I look at that through a different lens? How can I put that
Hmm.
on its head? How can I think about, if this was the moral of the story, what are some other wrong interpretations I could take from this that can be a motivation for a villain, or can be just an interesting philosophical conundrum?
Hmm. Yeah, I agree
Yeah,
with
I
that.
like that.
I also tend to try and look at sort of the underused aspects or elements of it. We've certainly seen lots to do with Isis and Horus and some
Mhm.
of the other particularly well-known really well-known Egyptian deities, but there are a number of other Egyptian deities who would be fun to do something with in a story context. Um, you know, uh, there's the god of the Nile. There's the Egyptian
Mhm.
god of luck. There's
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
in Greco-Egyptian, there's Antinous, the deified lover of Emperor Hadrian, who became a god by drowning in the Nile. In fact, there's the whole myth that if you drown in the Nile, you get deified,
Hmm.
which is an interesting one to play around with for the origins of character. Be a great superhero origin or supervillain for
Mhm.
that matter,
Yeah,
Comes
yeah.
with a built-in villain to fight. Whoever
right?
drowned you.
Oh yeah, I mean, how many? Plenty of great superheroes. Get to defeat their murderer as their first case.
Yeah,
Well, I
the
guess,
classic Halle Berry Catwoman movie
Hmm.
storyline.
Also Egyptian
right.
related as it happens.
Yeah.
I didn't think about apocalypse. Yeah,
Yep.
Mhm.
I like that. One of the things I was thinking about too is Alex. I think this is a story trope that you enjoy, and that is the gods need help.
Oh
Mhm.
yeah.
Yep.
That's
I do like.
a lot of that comes from the Greek influence on Egyptian society as Hellenism moved in. A lot of like the humanization of the gods that the
Mhm.
Greeks employed a lot of, where the gods are like us, they're just jerks.
Right.
That's something that has been sprinkled into a lot of Egyptian mythology that I think it's a ton of fun to play with. That's why I think so many people are attracted to the idea of these gods exist and they can be interacted with because they have such strong personalities throughout the millions of years or the thousands of years of mythology that we have to pull from.
Right. And
Yeah,
that's where
absolutely.
you start to get the mixing and matching of a lot of deities like Thoth Hermes, uh,
Hmm.
and the combination of different Egyptian and Greek deities. In fact,
Yeah.
the common names that we modern people primarily know the Egyptian deities by are actually the names the Greeks gave them
Mhm.
in their language rather than the original Egyptian names.
Yeah, my
Important.
namesake took a god named Megalomanius, which is where we get the name megalomaniac from.
Hmm.
Hey, I like that. I like that. Here's a great amulet. Amulet of cultural retro. The amulet makes the buildings in a city retro into Egyptian theme to make the villain feel more at home. I love
Yeah.
that. How fun! Like the heroes are suddenly pockets of the city have turned into an ancient Egyptian themed, which really did look different than
Yep.
it wasn't just dusty pyramids
Well,
falling
I mean,
apart.
Hmm.
for folks who remember the classic Batman TV villain King Tut,
Hmm.
um, you know,
Just
just
as
imagine a crackpot like that with a magic amulet who can change reality, who decides to recreate his version of what Egypt was really like.
Yeah,
yeah, I
I
was
love
gonna
that.
say that it's such a Batman 66 storyline.
Right?
Yeah, yeah. And clearly he would have a condo made of stona.
Right,
If he
of
really was
course.
doing it right.
Of
Yeah.
course.
Let's see. I think I got an Egyptian superpowered artifact. It would be element, animal, or afterlife based. Yeah, I think so
Hmm.
too. Yeah.
Sure.
Predominantly themes in the
Mhm.
genre, like the ability to drag someone's soul to the afterlife. Yeah, I like that. Oh, to talk to someone who's there. Oh, interesting. So, like, the
Yeah,
amulet could be the guide. It could be the magnet that kind of gets you
Mhm.
there and pulls you back, or
right.
I do like that a lot.
Absolutely.
Let's
Absolutely.
see.
That's
Big-
you be careful though, as Alex will tell you, that's when you get into the, does it have a soul? Can I talk to it? Can I capture it?
Every day.
Questions.
Every day.
But
I got
I love it.
outsmarted last Wednesday by somebody with accurate brain scan because I was like, I'll
hmm
just shoot at her from 3,000 feet away. We're out of sight with a sniper rifle. And no,
right,
there's
because
a
I
brain
can
over there.
accurately sense where their brain is.
Yep.
Wow, that's intense. I like that. It just struck
Yeah.
me that the Egyptian theme also would lend itself really well uh, to a kids on bikes kind of adventure.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Hmm.
having it be whether they're tracking down people who are acting weird, or
Sure.
even do something like the Percy route and talk about the children of the gods or the younger
Hmm.
gods or
Hmm.
something that could be a lot of
Yep.
fun as well.
Absolutely. You could talk about the gods' children or descendants. You could talk about their chosen champions, in Moon Knight style. Like, do the gods have mortals they have chosen to embody their power and advance their agenda in the world in some way?
Yeah,
Do
yeah.
some of the gods, Shazam style, team up and empower one person, with the power of a pantheon?
Oh yeah, yeah. Like you mean like Captain Planet style?
Yeah.
I like
Hmm.
that. Let's see.
Some folks have mentioned the classic Anubis judging of the dead. That's another
Hmm.
great mythological element to play around with,
Yeah.
where classically Anubis weighs your heart against a feather to judge your deeds in life, and you either get to go on as the afterlife or get consumed by the beast of the abyss, essentially.
Oh
But
yeah.
it would be a really interesting scenario either way, really, if a soul that would otherwise pass on is and be judged by Anubis is like, no, I
I'm
reject your
good.
judgment and substitute my own, you know, sort of
Yeah.
scenario. Like either I'm not going on to the afterlife even though I'm worthy because I have something else I want to do, or I am not going to just fade into the void and get devoured, you know.
Right. Yeah.
You know.
Yes.
Oh, I love that
See,
too.
there's actually a group of monsters in Titan City that are they're called Amidians. They're based on the sort of offspring of Amit, the
Mm,
crocodile who eats hearts for Anubis.
yeah.
Also,
Yeah.
somebody with a weird sense. They have heart sense, so they can detect if somebody has a heart and if it's pure or not.
Mm,
Oh, I like that. I really do
that's
like
fun.
that. I'm thinking too the notion of hold on, let me find it. The offspring or the Egyptian god or somebody important that refuses to close the loop on a very important thing that they must do, and putting the players in a position to sort of facilitate one thing or
Hmm.
the other. Super fun.
Yeah, absolutely.
And a lot of people talking about Mummies Alive.
Yes.
Not something that I have seen, but it sounds like a 90s cartoon. Really? I gotta look that up.
Yeah.
So four mummies come to life to protect the reincarnation of a boy. Oh, that's another kind of fun thing to kind of play with, that
Yep.
reincarnation
Yeah,
notion. Yeah.
reincarnation is a great
Mhm.
fun theme. We do that in Earth Prime with the Scarab and Overshadow, being
Mhm.
reincarnated foes, and that's a nod to Hawkman's ancient Egypt theme and
Yes.
reincarnation and all of that.
Using the ancient Egyptian martial arts, Tut Fu.
Hmm.
Yes,
That's
indeed.
the kind of classic culture that Mummies Alive is bringing us,
Stan. Stan comes in and is like, that was a heavy sentence to walk in on. Who's not going into the void?
right?
Well, Stan, we
None
gotta
of
have
us.
a talk. None of us, we refuse.
We will not go into that darkness.
So
Um,
Jeremiah mentions the Egyptian notion of Ma'at, who is both a goddess and sort of a concept of
ah,
of of justice and rightness and balance in the world. Ma'at is a great potential force or patron for a superhero.
Mhm.
Of somebody
oh
who is
yeah.
going to bring about justice or right wrongs or those kinds of things. But of course, Ma'at can also be very harsh in administering justice. So you might also have a certain sort of vigilante edge there, or somebody
Oh
who
yeah.
is, basically much more interested in justice than whatever the law has to say,
I like that. Now,
potentially.
when I'm thinking of beetles and scarabs and things,
Hmm.
does that little beetle that rolls the little ball of
Hmm.
dung beetle, aptly
Yep,
named, is that an Egyptian desert sort of creature?
it is.
It
Interesting.
is.
There's an interesting hero for you.
That's where the scarabs all come from, essentially. Um,
Nice.
and those beetles and their little spherical balls were associated with the notion of the sun, and the idea of rolling a great ball of fire across the sky.
Right. Okay. Yeah. And or a great ball of doo doo
Hmm.
across the lawn.
Well,
Now, there's a lot of burning dung in those days, so
That's
yeah, I was
true.
gonna say. I was gonna go there, and then I was like, maybe I shouldn't, and then we did.
yeah.
I was like, I know what happened to the guy who made that myth the day before it was due.
I'll just say, friend, we always go there, right? I mean, yeah,
Yeah, we pretty much do.
Mhm.
we do. I need to be in Twitch because of character limit. Oh, Desmond had to jump over to another platform because there's. Oh, I
Character
like
limit.
this. Amulet of feather, shaped like a feather with several veins. Each sculpted vein represents one usage of the magical effect. Ooh, neat. When a vein
Hmm.
is removed from the
It's
feather,
fun.
the wearer briefly phases into an outer astral realm, the realm of spirits. And then,
Yep.
and then there's more. It was cut off here as well. That's very cool. And folks, I encourage you now, if you're watching on demand, if you're watching us live, of course, you're picking up all the good stuff people are putting down in chat, but
Hmm.
you definitely want to do that. Now, I also want to just pause for a quick you know, Christmas, a holiday magic. I don't want to limit it just to Christmas.
Hmm.
You know, we're nothing if not the purveyors of holiday magic, and it's just one of those moments where we really want you to experience it yourself, and you can always do that by giving the gift of money. For $35, you can turn that 35 bucks into 50 bucks with the Holiday Magic gift card that you'll find by following that QR code. It'll take you right to the Green Ronin online store. Now, $70, that turns in to $100. I mean, that is a lot of money.
Hmm.
You just pay 70 bucks and we give you 30 bucks cash. You get a gift card that you can put the name of your secret Santa, not so secret, but the name of your favorite, the email address of your favorite TTRPG GM. Give them a bit of the Green Ronin holiday magic, and you know what they'll say? They'll say thank you, and
And
so will we.
you know,
Mhm.
honestly, you can just game the system for yourself if you're
You
thinking of
really
buying
could.
some stuff from us next year,
Yeah, I mean, it's like printing money,
right?
only it's legal. I mean, I think it's illegal to print money. I don't know,
Depends
but
on where you work.
that's
Right.
true. That is true. Or how you try to spend it. But this is good spending money. You can spend it anywhere in the store that you like. You can get yourself some merch. You can get yourself some books. Get yourself some PDFs. Sky's the limit. If it's in the store, you can pick it up with the Holiday Magic gift card. Go check it out. Buy a couple for your friends. Pick one up for yourself. Perfect stocking stuffers in that they're totally digital. But yeah, it's good times, good fun, and it's holiday magic, all for you in the Green Running Online store. Use those QR codes because it'll take you right there. Thank you, and sorry for that little commercial for holiday magic. But I think we all need a little holiday magic right now.
Hmm. Exactly.
Yeah, I think so too.
Let's see. Am I missing friends in chat? Have I not seen your amulet, your magical something? If so, if I missed it if I haven't read it, I have not seen it. So make sure you drop it again.
So,
So
Troy,
gentlemen, yes, please.
I will address Gene's question
Mm.
about the legacy of the scarab in Earth Prime.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Is no, we won't bring the scarab back because the intention of the scarab's legacy in the setting is to be a character that you can bring back,
Yep.
and you can decide if the new scarab is a hero, who they are, uh, player character, NPC, what have you. But it's a an opening that's left for you to use. So we don't want to fill it up with a character and take that opportunity away from game masters out there.
So the question is,
Spoiler
Gene,
alert.
will you bring
Also
script?
insert for Master Mage and Star Knight.
Right,
Yeah,
as
yeah,
is the case for a number of roles that are left
Yeah.
open in the setting. We want
absolutely.
we want to leave space for you to fill those.
Yeah, Paul, you bring up a really important point, and that is when you live in a desert and you have that one river,
Hmm.
dung is pretty important.
Yeah.
Dung
What
juice
I
being intelligent for some
So I
scarabs.
know that's about dung, but also one of the really cool things about Egyptian mythology is the reason a lot of it is the way it is because the Nile floods so reliably
Yeah.
and
Hmm.
not catastrophically, generally speaking. So
Right.
it allowed the people formulating these myths to think that the world is a fair and balanced place. And I think dealing with the psychology of that is another good way of leaning into
What a great
respectfully
point.
addressing, respectfully addressing the mythological aspect of it.
To
Hmm.
that end, Jeremiah brings up the fact that there are also different eras for
Yes,
those
there are.
myths that, and it really taking that time to sort of look at that strata of time that you're kind of looking at and see if there's some really fun, informative stuff, but also, accurate.
Yeah, ancient Egypt had a very long history, uh, longer than what we call modern history. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
there's a
I'm
lot
pretty.
there.
I might be wrong about this, but I'm pretty sure Cleopatra is closer to us than to the founding of the pyramids,
Hmm.
I think
chronologically
you're right.
speaking.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
indeed.
think yeah. Paul brings up a really great idea too, and that's the idea of agents restoring or recovering artifacts. I
Hmm.
like that a
Yep.
lot.
Yeah.
It could be a story of, I also like that sort of gray area villain.
Mhm.
They're going in. They're taking the relics back from the museums that are keeping them safe.
Right.
And they come across something that causes some kind of curse or something, or a vengeance for stolen artifacts and all that kind of stuff. That's a lot of
Yeah,
fun.
if you ever want an excuse for a really odd Egyptian haunting story,
Mm.
you can just play on the real world fact that there were trains in Britain and Europe that were powered by burning mummies, because
Oh
there were literally so many of them that had been
yeah.
plundered from
Yeah.
Egypt, that they were basically burning them like cordwood to fire steam engines.
Oh my gosh, I've heard
They
that.
used to
Yeah.
they used to eat mummy jerky too.
Yes, they also used to eat mummy dust and the like,
What
because it
is
was supposed to
wrong
have
with us?
medicinal effects.
I
So,
mean,
if you ever want a, ancient steam train that's haunted by a mummy, you've got plenty of precedent for
yeah,
it,
but check the menu before you take a bite. Let's see here.
Yeah, they didn't have comic books. They were bored.
right?
Yeah. That's exact. Desmond says heist of the British Museum. Yeah, exactly.
Yep. Well,
Uh,
that's always something to give your heroes pause. Is when the Egyptian villain is stealing Egyptian antiquities from museums around the world, and the heroes are like, should we be stopping them?
yeah,
I don't
yeah,
know.
right. Yeah, that could be a really fun sort of tapestry to kind of get into and play around in and
Yeah.
just
Oh no, am I the colonizer?
yeah,
Right.
is the problem me? Yeah, I like that. This is interesting too. I love this idea of an Egyptian themed Ghost Rider style character whose job it is to drag people
Mhm.
before Anubis for judgment.
Yeah. There you go.
A little play
That's
on what is that? Is it of God? Is it of gods and men? No, it's God. The one where the more believers that the God has, the more powerful they become.
Oh, lots of
It's
themes play around with that.
yeah.
it was a
Titan City.
show and it's books, but
Yeah.
Oh, American Gods, I think you're
American
thinking.
American
Gods is the
Gods.
one.
Yeah,
Yep.
little play on
Sure.
that. Like Anubis needs a little more substantial presence in the world, and so has a hero to bring people to judgment. I like that.
Yeah. Indeed.
Um, Victorians were just crazy in every way, in every regard. Just the weirdest
Yep.
bunch of weirdos that
Yeah.
Yeah, talk about
Oh, they had a lot of mercury in their thermometers. They didn't know. A lot of
That's
lead in the
right.
coke.
Right.
Yeah, they were in some kind of a fog. Thank you, the
A
deuce.
lot of cocaine in the coke.
Right? Yeah, exactly. A lot of
Yep.
soot in the air. A lot of
A lot
the whole
of
thing.
demons in their blood. Do some
Yeah.
meth about it.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Okay, let's see here. What am I looking at? Um, I'm making sure I'm not missing any of the magical artifacts.
Mm-hmm.
Did
Uh,
anybody see Blade Knight in Marvel Zombies? Because that was dope.
no, I did not.
Khonshu moved from Moon Knight to Blade to be the avatar of Khonshu. So it was like Moon Knight mixed with Blade, and it was dope. It was so cool.
Yeah, King Sarv. Yes, that is
Mhm.
true. I'm not going to read it out loud just because why.
Yeah.
But
Indeed.
yeah, weird, very, very weird.
Yep.
An odd,
So
odd little.
I will
That's
say
called.
one notion you don't see a lot of, is the notion of an Egyptian mummy who becomes a superhero in some way,
Mm.
um, and somebody who is resurrected in some way or the like, in the modern day, becoming an empowered superhero is an interesting notion. You see a lot of undead mummy monsters or villains, but
Mhm.
not so many heroes as far as that goes.
Oh yeah, yeah, Paul. The notion of a different take on the mummy, I think, is
Hmm.
great.
Yeah.
The idea of is it a it doesn't have to be a shambling zombie. It could be a well preserved somebody who's really unhappy,
Hmm.
who's come back to give you what
Right.
for. You can use
Right.
also use American Gods as inspiration for heroes. Sure,
Yeah.
sure. Oh, I
Absolutely.
like that. How
Mhm.
fun.
Yeah.
Yep.
That
Apparently,
you try.
Bernard is a dog person.
Oh yeah,
He said Mumra was a hero, right?
Hero. Well, right
Mum.
in his story. But if you want to play around with the American gods idea that gods draw power from their worshippers, and you have a relatively minor forgotten god who hits on the idea of who's worshipped now, superheroes.
Oh, this is how
Well,
I
if I
get
if
my
I if I
followers.
want the masses to love me again, this is
I
the
like that.
trick.
Oh, what an interesting play you could do as well of people who inadvertently, maybe there's some sort of a fashion push that has the god on articles of clothing that become
Hmm.
sort of, and that it ends up
Mhm.
getting powered
Sure.
by all of the,
It's all
the
about the
devotion.
branding,
Yeah, yeah, exactly. How
Yeah.
fun.
People spray painting "I believe in Spider-Man" all over the place.
right?
I love this. Yeah, I think that's super, super fun. Mumra, was that who is Mumra? That's the
Thundercats.
villainous
Mumra's the villain from
Thundercats.
Thundercats.
That's right. That's right.
Yes.
Um, he is, yeah. Paul mentioning that Bernard is a dog person.
I knew we
He's
could
the
count
same.
on you, Paul.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's see here. Temple brings up Scions from White Wolf and Onyx Publishing that
Mhm.
had the Egyptian pantheon. Yeah.
Yeah.
I also just think it is super fun to have a thank you, Bernard. I appreciate you. You are a saint. Now give me a bit of that. What is it? The whiskey in your barrel that you carry around your neck.
Right.
Um,
Man in
uh,
need.
s- yeah, exactly. Right. Put me out of my misery. Uh, okay, so we've covered a lot of topics, and we of course have been all over the place as we often are wont to
As we
do.
often are.
Yeah, we follow the whims of our community and chase them down and destroy them. um, let's see, what are some other tropes or some things that we can kind of play around with, or even just sort of some new takes on things. I'm thinking of like, oh, you know what? Actually, here's what I love. For things like this, there are so many books and so many things out there in the world. I'm interested in hearing from Chad as well, who's mentioned some so far. But what are some go-to things you should have on hand? Reference resource. An onk. What are some things that you might want to incorporate into your lexicon?
I love an Ankh.
Right.
I do
Ankhs are
too.
my
I
favorite.
I have an onk tattoo actually. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's get together some useful references.
Mhm.
Get yourself a good list. If you want to work with Egyptian mythology, get yourself a good reference list to who all the gods are.
Oh yeah, I like that.
So you
Yeah.
have a quick idea of at least the names and what they're responsible for, so that you can throw them out at a need. Egyptians had a great, they had hieroglyphics. They had a great system of writing. Finding yourself a reference to some of those symbols that you can use. Desmond mentions get a good pronunciation guide,
Oh,
um,
good point. Very
so
good
that you have
point.
an idea how to say some of these names.
I also like this too. Chant my words, bear my icons, become my champions. The deity turned pop star. Yeah,
Hmm.
I love that. Little vampire Lestat.
Right?
I dig it.
And that
Oh
becomes
yeah,
a fun concept to play around with just for the power responsibility angle of
Mm.
as the deity hero becomes more and more powerful, and of course therefore becomes more and more believed in. What happens when they start you know acting like a god and not a hero? you
Mm.
know
Yeah, yeah.
and the other heroes are like, no,
You're
we're gonna have to put a
crossing the
stop to
Yeah.
lines.
this.
That's
I
right.
think in
Yeah.
a perfect world, they start off like, I'm going to be a god again. And then they learn to be a hero and they abandon that goal. Much like Dolly Parton did when Demeter took her form.
Right,
Oh yes, yes. That's canon, of course.
of course.
Mhm.
No surprise too that her pies got much more delicious. So do with
Yep.
that what you will. But yeah, I'm with you, Miss Violent Violet. That's the idea of famous sayings and quotes,
Hmm.
and also just a really evocative understanding of what the space could have been back then. Like, what does
Hmm.
a giant painted pyramid look like, and
Right.
what would it say? And that kind of stuff is very interesting to me.
Well, as we're reminded by all of the Greek and Roman ruins, which were brightly colored in
Yeah.
their day. Things in that time did not look like the ruins we have now.
Yeah. Yeah.
They looked quite different when they were new.
Oh, you know what?
And
And
it's
there's some
important to keep that in
argument
mind.
too about the head of the Sphinx, right? That it,
Hmm.
outside of the fact that, wartime damage and whatever that was, but that
Yeah.
maybe that head wasn't the head, even
Hmm.
pre-damage, that it was
Freaking
whittled
Napoleon
whittled
shot
down.
its nose off.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Um, let's see. In what book is that?
Time Traveler's
We
Codex.
Yeah, I think Traveler's Codex is what you're looking for.
Yeah, that's this one right here. Thank you, Paul. Dig it. Oftentimes, I do see the question that has been answered, so I'm not sure if we're just in a time loop or,
Right.
let's see. Thoth. I'm not familiar with Thoth.
Thoth
See,
is the Egyptian
Thoth,
god of
thank you.
writing.
mhm.
Oh, that
And of
explains.
course, the Egyptian god of magic, because magic and
Cool.
writing are always the same thing.
Yep.
Yes, right.
Shows up
That's
in
right.
the Astonishing Adventure of the Lost Library.
Yes, speaking of ancient Egypt in our settings, you
I
want to tell
love it.
us a little bit about that, Alex?
Yeah, part of the adventure takes them to a temple of Thoth that is sort of a secret storeroom for the library in Alexandria, and they get attacked by mummified baboons because baboons were the servants of Thoth.
Mm-hmm.
Ah,
Indeed.
I like that. That
And there's a moon
hostage
puzzle. It's a
over
great
there.
thing.
Oh, then
Right.
moon puzzle. Well, let's talk about
Yes.
this real quick. What sojourn through ancient Egyptian inspired stories would be complete without some kind of a trap or a puzzle or something? You know, um, what are some thoughts you have on that? Like, what is a good resource for a puzzle of doom?
I could think of a third party source that's really useful. Better
Yeah.
Mousetrap
Sure.
has a ton of traps and things like that in it. I think one of the key things to keep in mind when employing traps or puzzles or the like in a Mutants Masterminds game is you want it to be something exciting and new that's happening. You don't want to just put it in there to be a roadblock in the pace of the story you're telling.
Right.
Hmm.
Because more often than not, your characters will not be stuck by physical barriers. Generally speaking, they'll either be strong enough to move them, insubstantial enough to go through them, fast enough to evade them, or impervious enough to not care if they get hit with the spear gun.
Right,
Right.
right. Oh, very evocative idea, Jeremiah. The notion that because they were the first to invent writing, and that
Mm-hmm.
maybe some magic tied to
Mhm.
writing in the ancient form, using the original black ink and some imbued papyrus or something. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
super fun.
Indeed. Indeed.
Yeah.
I
So
would.
if
I
you
would.
are going to employ a puzzle or a trap, you want it to be something that's thematic and exciting, and you're going to understand that they're going to overcome it.
Right.
I like that. Yeah,
Right.
yeah, and yeah, good pacing so that they're not just bouncing their heads off a maze that never ends.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, super fun.
Yeah. Desmond points out that mathematics was very big for the Egyptians. So
Oh
math
yeah, my
puzzles and
favorite.
things like that are good examples. Magic squares that add up to 15 in all directions.
Mhm.
Things like that.
Yeah,
Oh,
5-gallon bucket and a 3-gallon bucket, and you got to get a certain amount of water in both things.
Right.
oh, I like that. I like that.
All those word problems that we avoided.
Yeah, Desmond's giving me crap because on my office hours streams, I keep getting stuck with algebra puzzles. Which I will advocate if you have players who are good at algebra and not like me who suffer and stop. But
Mhm.
watching me struggle is entertaining enough for the people to stick around, I suppose.
Yeah,
Right.
I mean, just as a thought, like I am not a math guy, and if you want to see someone just get sweaty and weird about numbers, throw me
Yeah.
a math puzzle. There'll be some heroes dying that day.
And of course, the other key thing when it comes to puzzles in your M&M games is give the players the opportunity to, at the very least, make a skill check somewhere in there.
Oh yeah,
Um,
yeah.
we let super strong characters use their super strength. So if characters are super smart, they should be able to get to use their super smarts as well. So you
Yeah.
know, you can play a character who is smarter and better informed and more perceptive than you are,
Oh, I
and
like
you should
that.
be allowed to do that.
Yeah, yeah. You give them an out if the
Yeah.
player isn't the mathematologist that the hero is. Don't force
Yeah.
them to learn.
Yeah.
Something that seems kind of fun and interesting that I have seen. Of course, Alex is suffering. I love that. That's must see TV. But the idea of playing with scale and doing it underground,
Mhm.
like a giant,
Yeah.
what games did they play back in ancient Egypt? Some kind of giant game board that that you
Mhm.
have to sort of
Mhm.
figure out by playing. You unlock the thing, or just a
Yep.
giant a floor that is kind of puzzle pieces put together and walk the wrong way or do the wrong thing. That could be a lot of fun to sort of sort out
Yeah.
in a fun, fast-paced way. Yeah. a, j- a jab with a good point. That's what I got for you. Let's
Well, I'm here.
see.
Yep.
In Imhotep. Blah.
Imhotep.
Thank you.
Imhotep.
I
Imhotep.
go to Steve for all of my Egyptian
Imhotep.
pronunciations.
Yeah. No, Templa's
Was
right
King
in.
as evil mummy.
Sorry. Yeah.
Go for please.
Yeah. In real Egyptian history, Imhotep was quite famous for a lot of things, being a brilliant scholar and priest and a number of other things. So, in spite of the bad rep that the mummy gives the name,
I like it. When did they? Where did? What is? We know where the term mummy came from?
I'm not sure of the etymology of the term off the top of my head.
Yeah, me either. Which is interesting because for as much as we kind of traverse in this as a culture, I realized I just never knew where that came from. Like
Mhm.
who's
But Alex is
responsible?
going to look it up.
I can
I
see he's got his
am.
look it up face on.
Comes from the Persian word mum for wax and mumia for asphalt, borrowed into
Hmm.
Arabic and then medieval Latin, initially
Okay,
referring to the
so it's
black
got some
tar-like
roots.
embalming substance or medicine made from it, before shifting to mean the preserved
Right.
corpse itself. So it's like calling a
Oh, I
dead
like that.
body formaldehyde.
Hmm.
Super fun.
Interesting.
Yeah, one of the other things too is when we want to maybe, Alex, you mentioned the baboon mummies. The other idea that, there are statues, there are, uh,
Well, yeah.
all kinds of things that could come alive
Hmm. Yeah.
in your
Get used to
adventure.
an obelisk.
Oh,
Right.
yes, thank you. Yeah, and we have an obelisk. Well, it's a lighthouse, but it could also be an
I
obelisk.
have an obelisk right here on my desk.
Right.
That is an obelisk. Short and stout. I like it. But yeah, what's one of the things I love about our danger zones
Hmm.
is
Yes.
that they
Mhm.
really talk, like, for instance, the lighthouse. There is information on there how to make it an obelisk, and
Hmm.
kind of play around in that regard. That's super fun.
Yeah.
Let me see here.
Uh, Miss Violent Violet also mentions the Egyptians would sometimes deliberately erase people from their history.
Oh,
Um,
interesting.
especially if there was a unfavorable pharaoh or the like, and that does leave open some interesting gaps if you
Hmm.
want. If you want to make up your own bit of Egyptian history, or you want to have the forgotten pharaoh as, a sinister villain, you can have this person, be like, I have, had to wander the world because I can't go into the lands of the dead because my name has been stricken forever,
Oh,
you know,
interesting.
as a vengeful, sort of Egyptian themed bad guy.
Yeah, imagine sort
Mhm.
of an unspoken understanding, or a collection rather, of people who have not been able transition over,
Yeah.
because they were written off the books, and they kind of
Hmm.
have a cabal of them that they're looking to,
Yeah.
get vengeance and then get to the promised land. Interesting.
Yeah.
I think that sort of falls into a general piece of good advice. If you are looking to adapt real history or real mythology,
Hell,
creating individuals instead of borrowing historical individuals, I
Hmm.
think is almost always a good opportunity.
Yeah, I tend to agree.
I
sorry,
say that having used Aristarchus of Samothrace as the bad guy in the Lost Library, but
I'm sorry, gentlemen. I'm laughing, and my kidney says, "You cease that immediately." Have this
Right.
pain in replacement. But they were having conversations about the
Size of
obelisk. And
obelisks.
yeah,
In
and
the
there's
process
some
of
very
worshiping.
Hmm.
yeah. Let's see.
Look, not
Oh
everybody gets to be
yes.
George Washington. My obelisk is perfectly fine.
Right. It's
Well, I
modest.
don't. Am I missing something
It's a
about
mirror.
George? It's
The
a
Washington
mirror.
Monument is an obelisk.
Oh, sure. Got you.
Hmm.
Got you. No accounting for, historical
Right.
truth or what have you. Not that I know. I don't know why I'm being so mean to George, but let's see. Imagine a character that has the Library of Alexandria in its shadow space. Oh, yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, absolutely. Sort of
Sure.
the ancient way of storing all of your stuff in the cloud.
Right.
Access to all of that information. There's Mummies Alive. Yeah, we did talk about Mummies Alive.
Yep. Tempo, you're late to that party, I'm afraid.
Yeah, yep. Let's see. Yeah, all if you can find it. Well, that's another thing too. You got to find the
Right.
book. The,
That
the
is always
party
the
has to.
problem.
Yeah, yeah. I like that. And running into whatever sort of trouble and tribulations to try to find that book, that thing. Um, did Daedalus face some of the evil ones?
Daedalus must have spent his time in Egypt at one point or another.
Must have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially Ptolemaic Egypt. I could,
Yeah,
hanging out there
I
with
would
Euclid
imagine.
and Pythagoras and all those fellers.
Yeah.
Very good. No worries, Tempo. Not your bad. We love it. We're resonating on the same frequency. Holy crap! I'm so sorry. I'm so into this conversation, and it's been such a delight that we're almost done with
Right.
with this portion of the show. Um, uh, as per the usual, a huge um, outpouring of creativity and ideas and
Hmm.
inspirations in the live chat. So make sure you take a look at that. If it's not there right now, it will be there soon. It takes a minute for all this brilliance to make its way into through the tubes and such. But we're into the waning minutes of this part of our program. We're going to move into what's in the tank in just a moment. But Steve, what's happening in the Steve Kenson cinematic universe?
So I am working on some previews for the upcoming Eminem 4th edition Kickstarter. Um,
Ooh.
and there are just going to be some opportunities for folks to take some familiar characters and get a chance to take the 4th edition rules out and try them out, kick the tires a bit, play in some quick, short scenes, and they build on each other. So we should have a whole short series of them coming in the not so distant future.
I love it. Fantastic. Alex, what have you got cooking? You've got some office hours. You got all kinds of fun stuff happening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So office hour starting in about 30 minutes. I'll be starting Dispatch finally. So if you are interested in that game, come hang out. I answer questions. I get picked on by chat. It's a great time for everybody involved.
So same as it ever was.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Love
Then
that.
I've got, I'm working on Worlds of Valiant art selection, working on Event Horizon. I've got new Guardians of Haven episode on Wednesday and a new Titan City serial on Thursday. We have a new Patreon post on Tuesday also, starting tomorrow for Titan City Tuesday. So giving away a free villain, a free location, and 2 magic items that you can drop into any game of your choice.
Awesome.
Ooh, I like that. Now that's happening when and where and how?
It's happening on patreon.com/Untold Stories Project tomorrow at 9 a.m.
Get
Eastern
over there.
Standard Time.
Right.
Eastern. Okay, so a little early for us Western folks, but hey, is it too early for such
Yeah,
gifts?
I'll
Such prizes?
give one traumatizing sneak peek. One of the magic items is an unlucky rabbit's torso,
Oh boy.
which is what happens when someone uses the rest of the carcass after butchering an unsuspecting rabbit for their lucky feet.
Right.
Oh boy, that's
A really
intense.
unlucky rabbit.
A very unlucky rabbit, and also just unlucky person who has to carry that around on a keychain.
Right.
Yeah,
Actually, the
no
way the
luck.
magic item works is the rabbit does have to be able to see to nullify good luck powers. That is one of the
Ah,
tricks the rabbit has to do. So you do have to keep it out.
nice. Well, I do like the idea of it nullifying luck powers, because it's got
Mhm.
some scores to settle.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Again,
just a
I have to
spiteful
say,
ball of taxidermy.
we're just macabre as like what? Who would have said? You know what I need for good luck is to chop off this rabbit's foot, wear it,
And then keep
and
the
walk
rest of
around.
it.
And right, jeez, Louise. Ugh, bleak. Gentlemen, you know what's never bleak? Hanging out with you for an hour or more. We could be doing this, as our friend Raymond Stegman says, we could have 6 shows on this and not cover every idea
Easily.
for sure. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, absolutely. But friends, I hope everyone is knee deep or at least up to your eyeballs in thinking of creative new ways to introduce such a wonderful genre and era into your Mutants Masterminds adventures. And gentlemen, I will let you go. We will be back next Monday, of course. And
Mhm.
isn't that true? It is true.
It is true.
It is
true.
very,
It
very
is.
true. And yeah, we've got some holiday fun stuff coming up. We've got a planning episode coming up. We've
Right.
got lots of cool stuff happening in the month of December. So don't forget, friends, to come hang out with us. But for now, it's time for What's in the Tank. Gentlemen, I'll let you go.
Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye. Have a great
Bye,
rest of
everyone.
your week. So friends, I did talk about the Holiday Magic gift cards that you can buy, and I want to touch on those just once more to say it's a pretty darn good deal. But I want you to keep your eyes open, because if you liked Daedalus underwear, you're going to love Johnny Rocket socks. Johnny Rocket socks are coming to the Green Ronin online store. They'll be there. You can put them on, and I guarantee you that when you put them on, you'll have a skip in your step. You'll have a little magic for your toes. They're beautiful, and we are about ready to release those to the to folks that are looking for some good holiday gifts for their friends, or just something cool for yourself. You know what you could do? You could pick up a Holiday Magic gift card, and then you could apply it towards some merch, which I think that's a lovely way to spend your money. Don't you think? But now it's time for one of my favorite parts of the program, and that's called What's in the Tank. That's where we get to hang out with our buddy Devious. Hey, I see you, Devious, right there in the corner. Get
What's
up
up?
here, buddy. I
I'm
will
a
tell
coming.
you this. Hey, there you are. I'm going to tell you this,
Howdy.
friend. I right before the show, I got a little knock on the door, and someone said, "Package for you." I said, "I'm not expecting a package." Opened it up. What did is it wondering eyes or wandering eyes?
Did appear? Yes.
Yeah, but a
What
little.
to my wondering eyes did appear?
Yeah, is it wondering or wandering? It's wondering, right?
Wandering, I think. Yes. W-A-N-D.
Well, wandering like they're wandering around, sure. Not like my eyes are confused and wondering what the heck is going on, but they were both of those things. I opened it up, and what would be inside but a gravy boat that on it said awesome sauce. And inside of that gravy boat, we're talking a substantial boat of gravy that you could have a lot in there. There was
It was not a small one. No.
no, it's a good sized one. And the promise of savory gravies for the holiday season, I found a healing. I feel like my cold, dark stone deep within my kidneys grow 2 sizes smaller. And
excellent.
the spoon inside,
Mhm.
it's a beautiful silver spoon. It says secret sauce.
Ooh.
And I got
Secret
that from
sauce.
you, my friend. You sent that to me. I really appreciate it. It was nice to see.
I wish you a very groovy gravy moss.
I've got to up my game on what I'm sending you.
Uh-oh.
I know I've got to figure it out. I gotta do something. I gotta do something because I'm putting together a little basket of coffee based joys.
Oh,
But that's
and my wife is
for
very much looking forward to that.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, it's been waylaid just by a couple, just because of
A couple
but
of kidney stones.
a couple
Yeah.
kidney stones. Hopefully, it's not a couple. Hopefully, it's just one
Oh
real
my
small
God.
one.
I hope not. No,
But
one is enough.
but now I've got to think on this, and so when I need inspiration, I say, "Hey, friends in the
Hey.
community, don't say it in chat, but maybe send me a link or a note or a thought over on the Atomic Think Tank. If you go to
Ooh.
atomicthinktank.com and you're not already a member of the tank, you answer 3 short questions. Answer these questions 3, and if you pass, then you get to send me some thoughts on what you think I should get. I'm looking for something really special. I'm looking for something that embodies my deep love and respect, in addition to my own twisted sense of humor. So to the community, I beg thee, give me some ideas. Head on over to theatomicthinktank.com, send me a PM, and I will ignore it summarily, and then remember at 2 a.m, like, oh, I should check my messages, and I will do so. But anyway, thank you, my friend Devious. That was really very kind of you. It definitely warmed my heart and was a lot of fun.
Yay.
Yeah,
Yes, it
um,
warmed the cockles of your heart. How
they
them
were
cockles
warmed.
working out?
Yeah,
Yes,
they're warmed. I
them
I have
cockles
only
is
one.
toasty.
Yes, my
Oh,
cockle is.
you're down to one cockle. Yeah.
I'm down
Well,
to
as
one
a man
cockle. I'm telling you,
ages,
we're scraping
as a
the
man
bottom of the
ages,
cockle barrel.
I have no cockles left, but I get to
Yeah, no
think
cockles left
about
to
them all
give.
the time. Yeah, no cockles left to give.
Listen,
I'm
we could do
cockleless.
this witty repartee for for hours, but tell me, my friend, what's in the tank?
What's in the tank, you ask?
I
Why,
do.
Troy, I'll be more than happy to tell you what's
Yay!
in the tank. First of all, I had a deuce of a time. For some reason, Mighty was fighting me tooth and nail, getting this stuff up. And they have a little bit of a new format, the way they do things, or the way that you post articles. So,
Yeah,
guys, give it a little bit more time to get your article in. But if you fiddle with it enough, you can get it in. It's just a little bit difficult when it comes to putting in pictures. But
yeah.
let me go ahead and go with first of all, the article in there is Conviction Narrative Theory. It's another one of my Grand Theft articles on the topic of conviction narrative theory. And basically, what that is it's RPG PhD is the name of the gentleman who does the YouTube videos. Very thoughtful approach to role playing games, the concepts of role playing games. Basically, what conviction narrative theory is, it was developed by an economist, suggests that people make decisions under uncertainty by constructing emotionally compelling stories, and you can use that as a game master and a player, basically,
I
to
love
move your
this.
character forward through the story.
I
It
I love it. I mean, unfortunate sort of shortening of the word notwithstanding, I do.
yes, that is true. The
Ow.
conviction narrative theory. It was at first, I'm sure, the conviction universal narrative theory, but that was changed, I thought, for a very good reason. Anyway,
You're killing me. I want to say this real quick
moving
about
on. Uh-huh.
the what do you call it? Grand Theft something?
Grand Theft article.
Grand Theft article. What I love about this is that it elevates the conversation. So basically, you inspired by a position, a notion, an approach to something. It really runs the gamut, but it is definitely kind of it squarely lives in that sort of place where you keep your creative tools.
Mhm.
It's really, really very. I know. Thank you, Bernard. He cares. Um, ow.
Aw,
Um, but I also just make myself laugh, which is part of the problem. So, but
true.
I really I love the idea. One of the things that I don't think we do enough of is
Mhm.
interrogating or running ideas, philosophical or otherwise. Looking at what other people, their takes on things, their processes, their approaches to really pretty much anything, and then seeing how you run that through sort of if it's applicable to Mutants Masterminds or and you
Yeah.
usually share a bunch of really interesting stuff about storytelling tools or methodologies that I think
Mhm.
inspires other people in the tank to write their own articles because wow, they can do that too.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And one of the things is there are so many YouTube videos out there about that other ampersand game. But a lot of the concept and ideas can be easily kind of retrofitted to the superhero genre, and that's what I was like, that's
maybe
what
even
that's
redeemed.
about.
Yeah.
Exactly. And redeemed and brought, of course, to the only superhero TTRPG that there is. I don't know why no
Yeah,
one else
it's
thought of
weird.
it
It's
beforehand, but
true. Yeah,
yeah.
it's the way.
But anyway, for the Aegis files this week, by the way,
Oh yeah.
we have our first entry into the Super Hideout Showdown done by none other than Alex Thomas.
Our own
He's
Alex
got
Thomas, the
that
Alex
is right.
Thomas.
The Alex Thomas. He
I like that.
has the Lonesome Stud. The
Oh
Lonesome
dear.
Stud is a gentleman's club. That basically it's in Titan City. He's got like a whole history here, founded in 1874. Well worth a read. It's a fantastic read up. It's got like the basically the staff at the location, characters associated with the location, and
How
includes
fun.
a couple of adventure hooks as well. I think it's
Okay,
a
hold
really
the
great
phone. I'm sorry. I've got
write-up.
to stop. I got to pull the brake. I got to pull the
Uh-oh.
brake. If you know, we had a sound effect, you would hear screeching tires. You would hear, terse words because
Uh-oh.
listen, my friend, Bernard, it's just you and me. Listen, stop being hesitant to write articles. I think that anybody who takes a moment to even sort of grace us with their thoughts, article long, short, a quick post, a positing a particular interrogation of storytelling or shares a resource, it doesn't have to be huge, but it can be if you like. It can be multi-part. It can be, and the other thing as well is it can be updated. If you,
Oh,
as you,
absolutely.
yeah, if you share a notion and it develops and it grows and it sort of evolves into another idea or it takes you down another path. I mean, I can't tell you how many of the articles, I know that you and Devious, you and Paul will share inspiration back and forth and kind of ping pong it. And
Oh
so
yeah.
it's so much, the space for people to engage. Maybe it's a certain thread that has you asking or interrogating sort of your process, or maybe maybe you have a different approach and you want to share sort of that, as it's juxtaposed against someone else's their approach. It's all fair
Mhm.
game, and I want to tell
Yeah,
you that your stuff is up to snuff. That goes for you,
absolutely.
Bernard. It goes for everybody. So
Yep.
don't shoot don't give yourself the short shrift, because I think the joy is in the living discussion that happens around these things. And so, it,
Absolutely, and not to mention the Freedom City Library is not only set up for just, hey, I have an opinion about something. It's also for asking questions. If you're like,
yes,
hey, you know what, I'm running into this problem in my campaign. I painted myself into a corner. I don't know how to get out. What would you suggest? Or like, I made this villain too powerful, and now he like really stomped him, and now I
yeah,
need to try to figure out some way to do this or that. That's what that's for. It's for us sharing information, learning from one another, and helping each other out as a community
yeah,
does.
yeah. And so, yeah, it's. I think you're very smart in pointing out that this doesn't have. It's not an adversarial project. It's not
Mhm.
the contribution interrogates ideas or introduces a new take. All of that stuff is hugely appreciated. And the one thing I can say that if you want to ensure that your stuff is quote unquote up to snuff, the only way to do that is by submitting.
That's right.
Yep.
And I do have a little bad news for Alex though.
Uh
Yeah, see, I don't think technically since he entered, he can't really win the prize
oh.
because he works for the company
That's
and
true.
now we might, we can might give him an honorary Green Ranini, but that free PDF out of the Green Ronin store, that's gonna go to somebody else because like and if you think about it,
Yeah.
right now is a really good time to enter a contest like this because
Oh yeah.
what's coming up? What's coming up next year? There's the Vigilante book. There
Yes.
is the Event Horizon. All those
Hmm.
PDFs are going to be in the store, and if you win this,
You can hang on to
you
it.
can hang on to it, hold on to it, because
Some
that's
stretch your
coming up.
fancy.
That's right. I mean, also, it's a good time to buy gift certificates as well because those things are going to be in the Green Ronin store as well next
Oh,
year. I mean,
good
when they come out,
point.
you could use that for the your purchase right there. I mean, it's like
Yes.
it's like free money. Yeah, buy
That's
like
right.
free
It
money.
is. It's like it's free money. It's smart money. It's money well spent, and a point well said. Thank you. I appreciate you.
No problem. And what we also have in the Aegis files, we have Gigantopromotus by Chris Davies, which
Oh,
is a big ape.
we
Dun
do.
dun dun.
We do
Chris
have our aim.
Davies
Yeah.
cranking it out. He is kind of taking a rest. God bless
As
him.
well he should.
He
After
should.
birthing so many
I
heroes, he's
I'm
got to be
surprised
worn
he
out.
doesn't pull something on a regular basis. It's just ow, just doing
Yeah.
so much and getting I'm happy he's taking a nice relaxing pace now.
But don't
Um
take too long, my friend. And
oh
also,
well,
when you
mhm.
consider that each hero that he makes is like passing a kidney stone for him, that's a lot.
God, I hope not. Uh I
Boy.
had a friend who once told me is like it feels like a bowling ball, it's just the size of a BB. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm my heart goes out to you, brother.
Yeah.
Also, by the way, Dominic Fusil is back and he is trying to
Hey.
put out Cryonic, a PL10 character. And also, of course, we have Matt Mabray.
Did
Great.
we? Oh, there we go. There's Dominic. Yeah, I see. I see.
Yeah, Dominic Fusil right here.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
And Matt Mabray, of course, bringing it as he always does with some really great homages to everything from the Legion of Superheroes to Teen
Hmm.
Titans to just really, really great stuff. I love Matt Mabray stuff. For
Love it.
events, of course, we have today Pyramid Power.
Don't miss it,
Dun
friends.
dun dun. That was a really good talk. I enjoyed it a
It was fun.
lot.
Yeah. Yeah. A lot of
Absolutely.
really fun, inspiring ideas.
But as Desmond brought up, and when they were talking about that lucky rabbit's foot, well, it wasn't lucky for one rabbit. That
That's
lucky
right.
rabbit's foot.
That's
So
right. Embodied now by Alex's creation. Yeah.
there you go. And we've got Alex is doing now Dispatch. I got to change that. It was Alan Wake all the way up until last week. Now he's finally doing the demo of Dispatch. Can't wait for that. I'm going to be there tonight watching him go through that. I love Dispatch. Love the movies. Love the game. It's a really great, incredible game. All about basically superheroes on call.
Yeah.
So
Fun. I
it's
love
like
it.
my cat's in the tree. Can you send somebody?
Yeah.
Okay. But on Tuesday the 9th, we've got City of Destiny. And that is, of course, Untold Stories Project. Alex Thomas's great little get together of his group. They tell stories. They're a really great game based out of Emerald City. And it all started with Emerald City Nights, a game that I'm currently running for a band of ne'er-do-wells that I call my game
Miscreants
right
and ne'er
now.
do wells. Yes. Fun.
Miscreants and ne'er-do-wells. We have Guardians of Haven. Guardians of Haven is this Thursday. This time it's Run Through the Jungle. Our heroes have lost contact with their nemesis, Lady Lunar. Usually that wouldn't be so bad, but if she dies in Biome 3, they all go with her. Can
Yeah.
they find her before the Crime League's B team does? Tune in to find
You're
out.
in the jungle, baby. You're gonna die.
Oh dear. We also have, of course, superhero shenanigans on Don't Kill My Character
Who's
this
that
Wednesday
handsome
as
chap?
well. Look at that handsome chap, the world's sexiest game master right there, Claude Dardar.
I do believe, as noted by modern day, award
I,
givers of that.
I think there was like a People magazine poll or something like that, like
Yes, it was
that gave him that.
Peephole magazine.
I could be wrong, something like that. Yes,
Oh, look at those
absolutely.
cuties! Look at all them.
Kate, Natasha, Jack,
Oh
all the
boy,
all
I
the
love
all
them.
the crew. Look at Yuri, Extel, Jackie, all the
So great.
Shannon.
Yeah.
Oh, fantastic. On Thursday, we do have, of course, Titan City Serials,
Hmm.
Blammo and a China Shop. And Blammo is actually played by Claude Dardar.
Ah,
Also,
nice.
another cast member is RC Byler. I said Beeler for a long time.
I'd say
Byler.
Beeler, and it's my fault that
So
you said it. I say it to tease, but it's Byler. Yeah.
It's Byler. And you can actually click on the link here I gave for Mass and Mayhem.
Mhm.
It'll take you right to them. I'm also going to put a link up for DKMC for Claude when I
Yeah,
get a
nice.
minute, but you can just click on the link above for him.
Not many
if you
people
want
know
to check
this.
him out.
RC means really cool.
Really cool Byler. Yes,
Yeah,
that's right.
really cool Byler.
And of course, Thursday, December 11th,
Tentative.
we've got office hours, which is after Thursday.
That's right.
Thursday.
Thursday. No, say Thursday. I love that you said that because
Thursday.
that's what I say.
Thursday.
Yeah, so let me say, friends, it's but there's a possibility that I might not be up for the show and
Office hours.
office hours. It just depends on how my body's. Hey man, I may wake up tomorrow and things just might work out and work its way out as a
I hope it does for you.
I do too. I don't. I mean, I do. I need this to be over, but I'm also not looking forward to that process. But I will say this: I'm going to do my level best. I'm going to, contort my body into the shape of a Z, which is the only way I'm ever comfortable right now. But so just be aware that there's a little risk.
Absolutely. And we certainly understand you need to take the time off.
Yeah.
I hope everything works itself out.
And me too. I may consider that as an option because I really do like the notion of everyone getting together. It makes me a little nervous if I'm not there to witness it, but hey, whatever.
One final thing is we do, of course, have the deadline for the Super Hideout Showdown. Remember, this is a free PDF, and there is a lot of good, juicy stuff coming up next year. If you win this free PDF, you can use it on. That's what it's for. That Superhero Showdown, Super Hideout Showdown, rather. You can click there in the tank for more information. It'll take you right to the posted information on it about what you need to do, what you're going to win, and what the deadline and information is. But the deadline again, it's this Sunday, December 14th at 5 p.m. Central Standard Time. Need to adjust accordingly for that.
I love that. Hey, the other thing as well. Let's go up just a bit back to the contest. I was going to say something. Oh yeah. The free PDF. There's great stuff coming in the future, like really momentous releases, and you can hang on to it. But then also, I realized there was somebody caught me in the biggest loophole. We've also got it's a PDF. It's a product. Like pick a PDF of I can't just give you one PDF out of the Mutants and Masterminds mega bundle. So you could pick up the entire past catalog of Mutants and Masterminds with what you get, or if you win this.
Second edition?
Well, the Mutants and Masterminds mega bundle is everything pre-3.
Oh, pre-3. Oh, yeah. Okay, so first edition and second edition.
That's right. Yeah.
Wow.
Thank you, Gene. Cool. Yeah.
And it's got Book of Magic in there. Man, Book of Magic is such a good book. Such a fantastic
book. A lot of good stuff. So anyway, not to belabor the point, but this isn't just your standard issue. Let's have some fun and be creative. There's an actual prize on the line.
Oh, absolutely, and well worth it. But I just that is what is in the tank for this week, sir. I have a feeling I kind of need to let you go and
you do
suffer in silence,
me.
or scream in agony or pain, but I wish you the best, sir. I do hope you get better. And
thank you. Yeah.
And I guess I'll see everybody else in office hours with Alex in just a little while.
Yes, or now, yeah, absolutely. That's just a very short time. Hey, friends, thanks again for hanging out with us. We really enjoy doing Mutants Masterminds Monday and all of our programs that we do and all the little fun that we have. It is a blast, and we get to do it because you're all so freaking supportive and cool. Devious, thank you, my friend.
Thank you, sir.
I think at this point, all we really have to do is say goodbye.
Bye-bye.